Big congratulations to last week's winners, Comic Fam. We have more record breakers to discuss. Every week we hit the mic to chat about the Hot 10 comics of the week, but sometimes there's only single record breakers, and that's why we're here today to talk about them. Hit the like, slap the subscribe, and gem. Start them off with some Dr. Doom goodness.
That's right, number 10 on the list. It's a key because of the cover. Marvel Superheroes issue 20 with that iconic Larry Lieber Dr. Doom on front.
A 9.2 sold for $515. Back in 2020, that's up 101% this week, selling for $1,035. Lots of Dr. Doom spec happening. Could he appear in Black Panther 2? Could he be the one causing the rumblings under Wakanda? Well, there's a lot of expensive Dr. Doom keys. This is one of the more affordable ones. At least it was. Next at the list, at number 9, Fantastic Four number 2.
We know Secret Invasion is coming, but could it have something to do with the Nick Fury mention in Spider-Man No Way Home? I'm thinking so. We have the first appearance of the Skrulls and a 1.8, which sold for $1,200 back in May, up 65%, now selling for $1,980.
Pay attention to those second appearances, especially when it's the Fantastic Four in this issue. Also, the first introduction of the Daily Bugle we have at the list at number 9. Hit that like and slap the subscribe, by the way. We're here every 7 days for the Comic Fam. It's the least you can do. We have Defenders issue number 1.
We're getting all of our Netflix Marvel heroes back, so it makes sense that people are putting more money into the Defenders. It's likely that they'll reform and rejoin with the MCU. We have a 9.6, which sold for just $1,050 way back in 2009, up 81%, now selling for $1,900.
I gotta hear what the community thinks. Let me know in the comment section below about Charlie Cox reprising his role as Daredevil. Does that mean that the Netflix continuity is something they're gonna try to bridge to the MCU greater universe? Or are we getting just new rendition of the characters, the Kingpin? Could we see a reprisal of the other Netflix heroes? I wanna know who you wanna see. And next at the list at number 7, we have Astonishing Tales number 13, the first cover appearance of Man-Thing.
First cover and third appearance in comics, a CGC 9.8 sold for $478 in March. Seems like a steal now when you think about it, and those days are long gone. It's up 302%, now selling for $1,920.
Especially with the record breakers that the first appearance of Man-Thing has been hitting. The appearance on a cover is looking way more attainable and safer in the PC because you don't have to worry about that magazine being oversized and causing a ruckus in your long box. Those get damaged pretty damn easily. Next at the list at number 6, we have independent, beloved goodness. We have Bone issue number 1.
Bone has appeared on these lists numerous times, especially in the honorable mentions. I would say the scarcity has a lot to do with it. There's just one-off big sales, and this one for a CGC 9.2 is no exception. It sold for $3,480 in June. It's up 62%, now selling for $5,640.
We're in a full nostalgia cycle here, and it started earlier this year, and it kept on going through all of 2021, especially when you look at independent titles like The Crow, Gru the Wanderer, even 80s tunes. We're talking Thundercats, G.I. Joe. All have seen major upticks, spec that is not just playing a role, but also members who are wanting to secure these comic books before they get out of reach, because the properties are of major focus of production companies. Bone is just another one. Next at the list, at number 5, Black Cat Mystery number 50, one of the most gruesome covers to have ever been made in the Golden Age.
That's because it was pre the Comics Code Authority with a classic cover by Lee Elias. A 5.0 sold for $8,200 in 2020, and it's up 52%, now selling for $12,500.
You got to be careful with that radium. Next at the list, at number 4, we have Wolverine Origins number 1. And if you can believe it, when this comic book debuted, it was along the same time that CGC started grading comics, making this one of the most graded books when the company began their service.
Yeah, when I saw Wolverine Origins number 1 on the list, I was wondering why. It's not really any key significance, but then I realized, oh, we're talking about a Gem Mint 10, baby. How often does that come around? We're talking about a book that sold for $1,500 back in 2002, up 413%, now selling for $7,701.
written by Paul Jenkins, a comic book challenge that he went on the record to discuss. No one wanted to touch the origin of Wolverine, and that's what you get in this comic book. And he did such a superb job seeing those bone claws, seeing how Logan would develop his mutant powers as they first emerged. Next at the list, at number 3, Fantastic Four number 5, the key book I was talking about, the first appearance and origin of Victor Von Doom.
The second time Doom's on this list, once for a cover and one for his first appearance. We're talking about a CGC 6.5. It sold for $11,400 just last year, and it's up 145%, selling for $27,875.
I would put this on my list of buyer's regret. What about you, Jem?
We talked about that on the Hot 10 that came out a few days back. Yeah, this is on the list for sure.
We have a book that keeps blowing up and outdoing itself by the week. I have to know the thoughts of the community. Do you expect to see Dr. Doom in Black Panther 2? Or are you betting on Namor, similar to Gem Mint? Next at the list at number 2, we have Flash Comics, issue number 1.
And this ain't no showcase for Barry Allen. This is the first Golden Age appearance of the Flash, the original Jay Garrick. But wait, it's a double key. It's also the first appearance of Hawkman, Carter Hall.
Could even be considered a triple, quadruple, or quintuple key. We have the first appearance of Shira Sanders, who later becomes Hawkgirl. First appearance of Johnny Thunder and Johnny Thunder's Thunderbolt, who, by the way, was voiced by Jim Gaffigan in the Stargirl TV series. And we have the 7th highest sale for this comic book in all grades of all time that took place this last week.
And this record is for a 2.0. It sold for $9,127 back in 2012, and it's up 908%. You would think we're talking $908. 908% selling for $92,000.
Comic fam, if you like this information, if you like seeing these one-off high record breakers, you got to look at the other 10, 15, 20, sometimes even 30 other record breakers that get listed on the runners up list over on the best comic app in existence, Key Collector Comics. Utilize code TOM101, unlock a free 2-week subscription. You're welcome, and let's chat about the most important comic book in the world.
That's right, because it's the first appearance of the superhero, like ever. Action Comics number 1, the first appearance of Superman, also his supporting cast. You have Lois Lane, you have Zatara, which is Zatanna's father, and this is a book that's gunning for that number 1 sale, that AF-15 9.6 that sold for $3.6 million. It didn't quite catch it, but it's getting close.
Well, considering that we're talking about not a 9.6, not even a 9.0, not even a mid-grade copy, we're talking about a 3.0 that came to market. Prior record was set in 2016, selling for $498,750. Sounds like a pricey book, but this very week we saw history made, selling for an increase of 229% with an all-new record of $1,638,759. Hot damn, comic fan.
And that was the 5th highest sale in this book in any grade.
We appreciate your time today, as always.
Geek responsibly and stay minty fresh.
Enough said. Comment, like, let me know what you think about this video. It'll enter you to win a Venom Lethal Protector homage on Venom First Host issue number 1. Shattered Comics variant by Matt Damasi. And where can they find us every single miércoles?
You know it gotta be Whatnot, baby, the best app to buy and sell your comic books and your collectibles. Whatnot Wednesdays, where we get down. I set it off every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, followed by Comic Tom, Comic Pops, Comic Gato. Who else is on the lineup?
We got the Golden Age guru, Danielle from Nerdy Girls, Skeleton Key Comics, Sammy and Tony, Rage Theo. The whole crew's over there doing dollar start 60-second auctions. It's a lot of fun. We'll see you there. Links in the description. We also have 2 other videos for you to check out. We made them for you. Enjoy them and have a great week.